Good morning, Frederick. Rise and shine.
Hi, I'm Dani Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick.
With a big smile, she brightens up your day. Fills up your day.
This is Casey Ryerson from I Will Be There of Frederick and Loudon, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Casey. Not sure what's happening today. It's a Friday. Good morning, Frederick. It is Friday, November 15th. I'm your host, Dani Gurry. On the show today, we'll go over all the events happening today and this weekend and into the next couple of weeks. Things are going to come to a screeching halt soon, though, so you better be prepared. Then we've got Chiro Corner, straight talk with Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic. And later in this show, we'll take a look back at Serena from Roy from Dublin Roasters. Goodness. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please ask a friend or two to subscribe. We are shooting for 1,500 subscribers by our 200th show, which is January 13th. We need about 400 or so. So if you can each invite one person, we will be there. Don't forget about the podcast. If you're in the car and you just want to listen, you can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeart, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Let's go ahead and get this Friday started. Want to thank our show sponsor. We help you move, whether you're moving across the street or somewhere around the country. Nicholas and his team of moving experts can make that process easy. We Help You Move is veteran owned and a supporter of the Frederick community. WeHelpYouMove.com. Let's go straight into what is happening in Frederick. Boy, let me tell you, we got some fun stuff coming up. You're going to mark your calendars. Goodness. I'm going to have to do that one more time because my brother is working for the company that sponsors, and I could never, ever let that one fly. So we're going to do this one more time. All right. Yeah, I would have been killed for that. All right. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors, serving the area for more than 34 years. They do wood floors, luxury vinyl plank, anything you can put on your floor, they can handle it. Trust me. Give them a call today at 301-948-9663. That's 301-948-WOOD. Or go to atlaswoodfloors.net. Very important. You're going to atlaswoodfloors.net because there is another Atlas Floors company. And I bet they've been getting calls. But when you call that number, 301-948-9663, just ask for Jeff and he will take care of you. Now, I'm going to pull this up. For some reason, I don't know why, it hates the Atlas logo on this slide. I've tried using different ones. It worked for a while. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on. But let's talk about what's happening. And to see the greatest calendar in all of the land, go to promocircus.com, click on Everything Frederick Live, and then click on Calendar of Events. You'll be able to see them all there. Or if you look in the description of some of our videos, you will see a live link. You should be able to click and get there. Also, look at this testimonial for Atlas Wood Floors on the great job they did. You can check that out in their Google reviews, and they do some great work for sure. Happy holidays from Maryland Lottery and Good Morning Frederick. Now through December 20th, text GMF to 888-465-2944. Each weekday, one viewer will be selected to win 10 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. And then on December 23rd, we're going to put everybody who has texted into one big pile, and the computer is going to select a winner. I love it. And that winner is going to get a Maryland Lottery Christmas tree. Yes, it is made entirely out of lottery scratch-offs, $100 worth, in fact. And you can take that home right before the holidays and have a good old time revealing how much money you've won. Of course, if you're 18 or over, and you must play responsibly. All right. Would you like a free Good Morning Frederick ornament? Well, you can have one. You just need to be one of the first 5 people in the shop when it opens, or, at some point. Like if no one shows up until 1 and you walk in, well, there you go. So just ask when you walk into 401 North Market Street, am I one of the first 5 to get the free ornament? And they will let you know whether you are or not. But if you aren't, you can always try the next day, right? As long as it's Thursday to Sunday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those are the hours you need to go in and see if you can have a free ornament. I love the little ugly sweater ornament. Somebody the other day said, hey, do you guys have ornaments? And I said, yeah, I got this one. He's like, yeah, not what I'm looking for. He's probably looking for something like Yummy creates, a nice glass ball, etched, beautiful, spire-looking thing. Not me. Nope, I go ugly sweaters. That is who I am. Oh, boy. All month long, you can visit visit fcac.as.me. That is the Frederick County Animal Control's website, where you can find the adoptable pets and make an appointment to go see them. Right now, through the end of November, all cats and dogs who are 5 years old or older are free to adopt. So if you've ever wanted a possum pet, now is the time. Head over to Frederick County Animal Control's website, visit fcac.as.me, check out all of the animals that are available for adoption, and claim your possum pet today. All right, today, well, if you've got any textiles you've been looking to get rid of, recycle, you can take them over to Common Market between 1 and 6, either location, 7th Street or Buckystown Pike. And they are attempting to collect 10 tons of textiles. And I believe that's your old clothing, and maybe it's ratty, like you don't want to donate it. Blankets, sheets, pillowcases, all that sort of stuff. I think you can take that over there. 5 to 10 p.m., it is a designer purse bingo at the Elks Lodge to benefit the Banner School. And you can go sing your heart out at Callahan's from 9 p.m. Tomorrow, November 16th, we start the Stuff a Truck series. WFRE is going to be at 7 area-wise markets collecting food for our local food banks. And the first one is at Spring Ridge, 9 to 11 a.m. on Saturday. And then noon to 2, they're at the Old Camp Road Wise Markets. And then later that evening, head up to Thurmont to the American Legion for Kicking Up a Cure country line dancing with Miss Sharon's School of Dance. She's going to teach all the latest. And so put your cowboy boots on, get your jeans on, and head up to Thurmont Legion, American Legion. $30 is your ticket. That includes a spaghetti dinner. So you get fed, and then you can have a great time. There's raffles, 50/50s, and all kinds of great stuff to help raise money for St. Jude's. Or you can head speed dating at Rack. And you will notice if you type that in and search for it, there are 2 age brackets. The one I would fall in is early. I mean, like maybe 5 to 6:30 or something like that. And then the younger kids are later in the evening, which actually I appreciate that because none of us want to be out after 8:30. Sunday, November 17th. How about heading to Thurmont for the Christmas Market Craft and Vendor Show, which is at the Thurmont Event Complex. That's going on 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Again, more stuff-a-trucks. We've got Thurmont and Mount Airy Wise Markets. And then in the afternoon, how about Mount Olivet Cemetery History and Mystery Tour? I think that is being taught by my good friend, Chris Haw. Let's see. Oh, November 18th, another stuff-a-truck at Wise on TJ Drive. And then we will reveal the artwork that Yemi has created with featuring our 7 African-American nominees, or honorees, actually, honorees for the African Americans of Excellence exhibit, which is kicking off February 5th at the Weinberg. November 19th, I will explain how the holiday lights map works. If you know of a neighborhood or if you decorate your house and you don't mind people driving by to see it, message me your address. You can just give me a street or whatever. I mean, we're not going to put your name obviously out there. And but if you want people to come by and see it, and if you've got one of those like high-tech displays, can you please message me, even if you don't want people to go by? I would love to come by and cover it for the show. November 20th is that free turkey dinner distribution at Key Stadium. And you must be a Frederick County resident. But other than that, if you show your ID and shows you're in Frederick County, you are good to receive. And then Merry and Bright, the exclusive preview on Maryland double-decker bus. We will be heading around downtown Frederick, looking at the beautiful lights and having a great time. If you would like to join, you are more than welcome. Just let me know and get your ticket. As long as it hasn't sold out, you're good. November 23rd, it is The Boats Go in the Water for sailing through the winter solstice. Now you really know we're getting close to the holidays. They will be lit up from November 23rd through the first weekend in March, I think. And then it is Christmas Bash for kids on November 23rd in the evening at the Moose Lodge. You can get your tickets for that as well. I think there's 4 or 5 bands playing, a lot of really good ones. It's going to be a ton of fun, and it will sell out for sure. And then the final, I think, stuff-a-truck is at Prospect Boulevard Wise Markets. Kris Kringle Procession, mark your calendar, December 13th, and then February 5th. It's the African Americans of Excellence exhibit, and that kicks off at the Weinberg Center, and tickets will be available very soon. Very soon. It's going to be great. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with Chiro Corner Straight Talk with Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic and Serena from Dublin Roasters. All of that is coming up just after this.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shannon Flannery beyond compare.
Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. With their extensive network, unmatched experience, and personalized services, you can explore the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation. Well, Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic has a team of amazing doctors who like to educate not only their patients, but of course their staff. And we thought this was interesting for Chiro Corner. Straight talk with Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic.
How does nerve interference affect your health and the body? The body needs to function. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
And what controls all the functions of the body? Brain. Very good. And what connects the brain to the body?
Spinal cord. Spinal column.
Right. Yep. All of the above. Exactly. Brainstem, spinal cord, spinal column. Well, spinal column protects the nerves that are in the spinal cord, right? So those lines represent
Nerves.
nerves. Perfect. Which is what comprises your spinal cord. And if everything's functioning properly, we have health. Sound good?
Sounds great.
And also, if everything's functioning properly, we also have ease. Meaning it's comfortable. You're at ease, you're comfortable, you're healthy, you're happy. Now, all that sounds good, right? Until something interferes with a couple of those nerves. And the minute we do that, what happens? Do we still have perfect function?
No.
And if we don't have perfect and proper function, this new guy shows up. His name is Mal. And as soon as Mal shows up, who leaves?
Health.
Make sense? So now we don't have health, but notice we still have ease. What does that mean? That means we still feel fine. We have no idea something's going on. But if you leave malfunction there long enough, what's going to happen? Is it going to get better or worse by itself?
Worse.
Eventually gets worse. So if it gets worse, eventually it'll affect what? Ease. And this other guy shows up. That's not disease, that's disturbed ease. That's the person who goes, you know, I must have slept funny. I don't know what funny sleeping is yet. You guys know what funny sleeping is? My kids sleep funny. They don't wake up with pain. Do your kids sleep funny? Yeah. Kids sleep funny. People, I don't know what funny sleeping is, but that's what they say, right? Like, oh, I must have just slept funny. That's disturbed ease. Or they've got a headache. They go, oh, I'm just dehydrated. It's not a big deal. They'll blame it on that. Or they'll say, you know, I'm just stressed out. That's why I'm having all this digestive issues, heartburn, acid reflux, indigestion. All of that is disturbed ease. People say, oh, that's my morning headache. That's my normal morning headache. Or I'm always constipated. That's my normal, right? But all of those are disturbed ease. If we leave that alone, is it going to get better or worse?
Worse.
And what's the last thing that shows up? Say pain.
Pain.
That's right. Also known as like what? Yeah, I mean everything that's worse, right? When do people go see the doctor? When they have this, right? Typically not this. So when it's really bad, they go see the doctor. By the way, after that comes death. So, so we're gonna stop with this one. Some things are not reversible. So, but you know, symptoms. People, what do people blame their symptoms on?
All sorts of stuff.
Weather.
Their genetics.
Yeah. Age. I'm getting old. Yeah, everyone who says that, I'll say, guess what? I know someone older who has less problems than you. And I go, I know someone younger who has more problems. Could it really be age? So symptoms are just pain and suffering. Is whatever gets you to go to the doctor. So what if someone shows up, some well-meaning, nice, let's say a chiropractor, and removes the nerve interference. And the minute we do, we get this process to go backwards. If this goes backwards, what's the first thing that leaves?
Symptoms.
That's right. The most important thing to understand is that symptoms are the last thing to show up and they're the first thing to leave. But look, the disturbed ease is still there. So now you nurture, you monitor, you protect that connection until ease is restored. Over time, function gets restored, and now what do we have?
Here I am. Goodness gracious. I forgot that ended kind of abruptly. There we go. Chiro Corner, talking about your symptoms. How about getting to the source of the problem? And that's what they do. Goodness gracious. Happy Friday. All right. One more quick break. And then we're back with Serena Roy from Dublin Roasters. She cracks me up. She's so funny. And I just love sitting down with her. We're taking a look back at when I did that earlier this year. Right after this. Hi, it's Dani, and I recently had dinner at Sushi Nomu, and I've got to tell you, it was absolutely unbelievable. The decor, phenomenal. The food, just amazing. I had the best miso soup I've ever had. The sushi was so fresh and delicious, and it was actually a feast for the eyes. The presentation was stunning. And the service was impeccable. The sushi, fresh, the sashimi, the best I've ever had. I can't say enough great things about it. If you're looking for a great place, maybe to go on a date, or maybe just to try something new, it's affordable, it is beautiful, and you will not be disappointed, I promise. Sushi Nomu at sushinomu.com or 4969 Westview Drive, just beyond the Dunkin' Donuts.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art splatter room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and it's right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specializes in roofing and siding. They also do windows and gutters. And how about a new patio or deck? Maybe you're thinking about that now that you've gotten through the warmer months. You're thinking maybe next year we need a new one. Well, talk to Sandra right now so she can get you on the books. Call her at 301-703-2157, or you can email her at ansconstruction.net. That's ansconstruction.net. Remember, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Tell Sandra you saw her on Good Morning Frederick, and she will take care of you. Actually, she'll take care of you anyway. But if you want the discount, tell her you saw her on Good Morning Frederick and you saw that there was a special offer. All right. Serena Roy has had quite, a professional career and ended up roasting coffee beans. And she tells a great story about how when she first ended up on North Market Street, how that went. Here is Serena Roy from Dublin Roasters. Here with Serena Roy at Dublin Roasters. You have created a space that has just, I don't know, has it exceeded your expectations?
Yes, indeed. Like exponentially whenever I drive into the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like parking on the lawn. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, the chiropractic store next door must be busy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wait, it's not
It's
that.
you.
It's all of us. But yeah, it's neat. It's neat to see.
It is. Continues to kind of morph and grow.
Yeah.
When you started, that you didn't have as much space.
Right.
What's next?
Oh my goodness. Well, as if this isn't enough, right? I mean, last Saturday I did dishes for 3 hours.
Did you?
So yeah,
Living the
people
dream.
Yeah, people say, "Oh, when are you going to open your next store?" I was like, "Are you out of your mind? I'm in like phase 3 of life. I don't know where you think I'm at, but that's not." I guess when people say, what is next, they automatically think you need a second location.
Oh yeah.
But that's like not kind of what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I'm looking at more of, my love is in the people that are growing the bees.
Yes.
And so to think about it in that respect, I'd rather travel backwards and say, well, now we need a farm.
Right.
Now we need to
I was
watch
wondering
it
if that
from-
was coming.
Yeah, from growth all the way to the cup. And I
Yeah.
just think that would be just a super cool experience.
Have you always been passionate about coffee?
No, not always. I didn't, growing up in New England, it's cold.
Yeah.
So people drink coffee all day, all night.
Okay.
But I did not fancy coffee so much until I had a child. And, trying to keep up with her nighttime patterns, I found myself brewing a pot of coffee at night.
Okay.
And the only thing that really soothed her and put her back to sleep was just kind of us sitting there watching a basketball game. The white noise in the background.
Yeah.
So coffee and basketball.
Oh, that was it.
That was my
And
nighttime routine,
okay.
and I was hooked. So then I wanted better coffee.
Right.
And the tastes were like, I wanted fresh coffee, and I was in search of like better things to put in my body. So I was looking for, roasters, which there weren't very many.
Okay.
All we had was the Frederick Coffee Company.
Right.
And some ladies that owned that had 1 roaster, 3 stools, and was at the fudge shop. So I went in there and I was just in love. So that's how I found my love for coffee.
Yeah. Well, you said, okay, hey, I think I can do a coffee shop.
Yeah. Well, no. No, the answer again, hell no. I did not want a coffee shop. So I was, moving away from police work and coffee roasting, and the wholesale was really picking up for me. So I kind of wasn't really keen on people back then. I know.
Thank God it's changed.
When you're in that line of work, there's a lot of negative energy, and you soak in a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So for me, coffee
You've
roasting.
been peopled out.
Yeah,
You've been
coffee
peopled
roasting,
out.
a way to wring it out, get it out, let the stress go.
Yeah.
So the last thing I wanted to do was open a coffee shop. I was like, that's insane. What ended up happening was I moved here to this building, and the road didn't go through at the time when I moved here. So this wasn't, people didn't travel this far north,
Right.
Which I was okay with.
Yeah.
So, but then I moved here, and I actually used this kind of as a woman cave.
Yeah.
So I roasted and did everything in the back, not open to the public. And I parked my car in here. I had a basketball hoop.
Did you really?
I had 2 pool tables, and we just had fun.
Yeah,
it
that
was
is
a cave
a great
in
space.
Here. So we had a good time.
Yeah.
And people would smell the coffee roasting, and they would be like, banging. I smell coffee. Can I buy some?
Oh
And I
my
was
gosh.
like, we're not a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And then, little at a time, it took a while for me to really just say, hey, I can welcome people in this space.
Yeah.
And it took like 6 months for permits.
Yeah.
And the whole part that really helped was that a lot of people wanted to work with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you do? We love people, and we're extroverts, and we love to do that. And so I've always really surrounded myself by a great staff.
Yeah.
And they have to be very self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Because I am not a management person. I'm
yeah.
just not into that style. I want people who just can manage themselves and enjoy coffee as much as I do. And I think I found 22 people so far that just really love it.
I will say this, every time I've been in here, your staff is awesome and amazing. And I think giving people the freedom to kind of do, you're not holding them down and setting a ceiling and saying you got to stay in this square. Like, I think they all are excellent.
But
it's
about them,
a true testament to you that you can find 22 people like that, to be honest.
Yes.
Like, that's stunning.
I mean, we've known how staffing has happened after COVID, especially where that's not always easy. A lot of people are,
right.
Have really we've all experienced the trauma of it. So
yeah.
I've noticed, it's starting to get more of a levelness to it, where people aren't just leaving or calling in sick a lot or things like that. So I think we're on the mend. But
that's great.
It's really a culture, and they create the culture. The staff creates the culture because they only want you. You're here 5 to 8 hours a day, and you want to be surrounded by people that are good for you and good for the business. So.
So, okay, so you got this space as you were moving, you moved out the pool tables and the basketball hoop.
Stopped parking in here. The city gave me a permit to be a coffee shop.
Nice.
And a roastery, which is really a whole segment because there aren't a lot of places that do that.
Yeah.
So it kind of had to pave the way.
Yeah, and so that means you get your beans
from all over the world.
And they're just fresh and and then you have to roast them and then make them into coffee.
Exactly. So they're fresh grown. Imported, exported over to the U.S. I have them trucked in to this facility. And then we have a hot air roaster. It's like a giant popcorn machine.
It is,
and recently, so our other machine is Poppy, and she's 50.
Oh, wow.
So she's tired.
Yeah.
So I got a new
blame
roaster.
Poppy.
Poppy's tired. But she's gonna live on. So we got a new roaster.
When did you start traveling overseas to check out where the beans were grown and the families that were growing them? Because I know you're very passionate about fair trade and all of that. So when did that start?
Let's see. Well, when I was started with the canine division, you ended up accruing a little bit more vacation time because it was extra work to be with the dog. So I would find myself with like longer weekends, long vacations. So in addition, to just ordering coffee and not visiting, I started little trips to like Mexico, where you could have a vacation and some beans. And then the next was Peru. So then I just got the bug after a couple of countries and just seeing how it all worked. So we have pictures kind of displaying. I've been to Colombia. A trip over here on the wall that you can't see just now is from Ecuador. Just got back from Costa Rica 2 weeks ago, where we had a very cool tasting with an indigenous tribe that has grown coffee forever on their land.
Unreal.
And got to make pottery with them. So they just jazz me up because if you're ever in a lull, it'll revive you about what you do when you go and see where it's grown. And they're as passionate as I am about brewing it, roasting it, as they are as about growing it and cultivating that, lifestyle. So.
Well, and what a great feeling for you to have that experience, bring their product here, and then share it with people here in Frederick. I mean, that's really a cool conduit that you become, where you're sharing that culture and that cultivation.